Hi guys, welcome to Kizuri Farm, another episode on our wonderful farm. I just want to give you a farm update of what has been going on since we did our first planting fertilizer of NPK 1717. After that, we managed to put a folio fertilizer optimizer to help the leaves look good, but also show you an update of a new feature we have added in our farm. And the feature is the one and only scarecrow, which we have named Karen. Scarecrow is really helpful. It helps prevent the birds from tampering with our crops here, which we have the beans, the skuma wiki, and the spinach. And birds have been really causing havoc on the young leaves. So we're putting up a scarecrow, and this tape that you can see here, this tape is made from an old cassette tape that people used to use music to listen to, but I don't think these days they are really used. So we get the old tapes and just tie them around the area with the crops that we want to protect, and when the wind blows and makes it vibrate, it will make a sound, and the sound together with the scarecrow really does a good job of scaring away the birds. And so we have been able, with this organic, cheap and very effective way, we have been able to protect the spinach here and the beans that have just started germinating. So these are the old cassette tapes that we have been using. I don't think anyone uses them anymore these days, so we've been using that to protect this area by just tying it round. Yeah, so that's how we've used the tape to secure our place. Next, I'm going to take you to the onions so that you can see how they're doing. I applied an optimizer, and the next stage is to apply a blanket spray of a fungicide to prevent any fungal infection from the onions and other crops in the field. So that's what we are going to do today, and also show you another update on other crops that we are planting today. So on the fungal blanket spray, I normally use Trinity Gold. Trinity Gold is a good preventative fungal fungicide, because it really has a broad spectrum of all fungal infections that may affect your crops, and it is relatively safe being a copper based fungicide. So I normally use those ones compared to other fungicides, and they've been working well on my farm. So that's what we're going to apply today. I also use a sticker, which is Integra that you saw, to help the fungicide really be effective. Since there's been some rains in the area, the sticker will help it work better. The work you see we are doing here is a placing of terraces for our dragon fruits. We've given them like a 3-meter spacing and made holes of 2 feet by 2 feet, where the holes will be filled with organic manure. So for today we're just letting them dry, and this is now the next day after the drying has taken place. We are now starting to fill the hole with manure. It took like 4 to 5 buckets per hole really make sure it's full of manure so that the dragon fruit can really get enough food for its period. We'll be adding manure after some time just to continue giving it more and more food. So the other part I'd like to show you guys is the pumpkin area. I wanted to increase the pumpkin field a bit, so I cleared with burning because there was a lot of snakes that we found as we were clearing the bush. So now I'll fill this area with pumpkins, so just a bit of tilling and more planting of more pumpkin seeds. So we planted like 5 terraces. We placed 5 terraces and did like 2 dragon fruits per terrace. So that's all we did for today in the dragon fruit area. The rest will add more with time as we learn how they are grown. In this pumpkin area, I'd like to show you what I use to help fight flies which tend to lay eggs in the small developing pumpkins. And so when the pumpkin is just growing, it will start rotting from inside once the eggs are hatched. So to protect my pumpkins, I normally put traps in the field. I'll show you one just right now. But first let me show you the size. Normally if you see such small forming pumpkins, that's where normally the eggs are hatched inside there. So when it matures, it starts just becoming a bit bigger. They start rotting once the eggs are hatched. So what we use is a trap which helps attract the males, and so it kills the males and hence the eggs can be fertilized. This is a trap we used. So this one will last for like 6 weeks and it will stay here. It's a very good non-chemical because it really doesn't get in contact with the crops, and so just attracts the insects and removes smell, which really attracts them and kills them, the males. So that's it. That's a farm update. That's what we've been up to this week. So continue watching, liking, subscribing, and thanks. Take care. Peace.